about today.
Fair east side, by thy side will stand and always praise thy name. Praise thy name, praise thy name. To ever, yeah. Lend our hearts and hands to help increase thy fame. Ooh, Lord, the honor, yeah, of old East Side High, calls forth our loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty. So cheap. All right.
What's going on out there, everybody? This is your boy, comedian Marlon Ballard with the Love to Laugh podcast. I'm joined by some legends in the game. They're very talented, man. Y'all seen them in movies such as Lean On Me. They got hits such as My Heart Is Failing Me, If You're Serious. The list goes on and on. As far as White Man Can't Jump, I want y'all to start clapping. Give it up for Riff. Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for joining this, man. I'm a fan of R&B, man, and y'all definitely one of the groups that are mentioned, you know, amongst the greats and the others, man. Y'all are great yourself, man. How y'all doing?
Blessed, brother. We are doing fabulous.
Doing good, yes, sir.
Fabulous, man. We're happy to be in the land of living, man, and you know, we're just trying to keep it positive, man. Keep it moving.
Absolutely. As y'all can see, I'm joined by Mr. Smoothie. I'm joined by Mr. Nitty Green and Kenny Wilkins, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Of course, y'all know it's a whole Wu-Tang clan of them, but right now, I'm about 3 of them so far. The rest of them will be here, man. So, man, how does it feel to have the legacy that y'all have, man, as far as, you know, the R&B game, the music game in general?
You know what, man? I'm gonna go off and say, you know what? It's really unreal. Like back in '89, we didn't know that the movie Lean on Me was going to take off the way it did. We were very fortunate to have taken a part in the movie. Like who would think that a movie would be made about our school? So nevertheless, to even think about like we were actually going to be a part of it and have a real strong part in the film that everybody in the hood would remember that song and remember that part in the movie. Like, it's just epic, man. So we're very blessed. We're very, very blessed to have that be a strong part of our career.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And like I said, it's legendary. And like you said, y'all went to the real East Side High, man. So y'all actually walked those hallways. You saw everything that happened. So as far as the movie goes, what were the differences between East Side High in real life and in the movie?
Well, I'm gonna give you a little bit. I'll let Kenny and Steven speak on it. For me, it was pretty much the same, man. Like we actually filmed in the school. You know what I mean? We actually filmed a lot of the scenes in the school, and then there were parts that we had to go to LA and film. And when we went out there, they had another East Side built out there on I think it was Burbank Studios, man. They had us. It was
Burbank Studios.
They had another one built out there, man. The inside of it. So it was pretty much. It felt like East Side because a lot of the students were a part of the film. You understand what I'm saying? They had a lot of extras. We didn't go far. You know what I mean? So, Smoothie.
Well, the actual part, he did kick out a lot of students as far as with yeah, I remember that he like just got them all together and got them all out. I mean, like he started something crazy, but I mean, he did what he felt he had to do to keep the other students that were willing to learn safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
What's happening,
Hey,
Andy?
what's
How
up,
you doing,
brother?
man?
Hey, I'm good. Just to add to what Stephen was saying, first let me say nice to see you again, my man, as always. Yeah, but as Stephen was saying, what Joe Clark did was basically he had very low tolerance. He treated the students as he should have in terms of being the principal, but he was also a father figure to all the students. So that means if you came to school, he disciplined you as if he should have, as like if it was your parents, you know. So he wanted to make everything good in terms of making sure that you came to school for an education. And that's what it came down to. So it was Hollywood in a sense from what you've seen pertaining to the movie itself. But let me tell you, Mr. Clark, he didn't play a lot of things straight across the board. He was real. Like Steven said and Nitty said, that roof scene, that was for real. He did take one of the students up on the roof and, you know, he basically presented himself to him to say, you know what, either you want to learn or you don't want to learn. I don't need you here to distract students that wants to learn in the school. You know, if you don't want to learn, go ahead and do what you got to do. Go ahead outside of the school and be a bum or whatever you want to choose to do. You know, and that was it. The other scene that you seen inside the cafeteria, Mr. Clark, he made himself visible when it came to like the cafeteria and everything, because he was one of the original principals that didn't sit up in the office and just chilled. You know, he came out and, like I said, he made himself present and known to everybody in the school. That's why he had a good report when it came to all the students. Like basically, he's one of the very few principals that knew each individual by first name and last name. He could
First
call
and
last name.
Say that.
Yes, and he could come there. He could call you out, and you know, like I said, he was about business, but at the same time, he also gave you, you know, fun and he gave you laughter if it came down to that. You know, he spoiled the kids. We had a lot of pep rallies and everything. We had a lot of fun during those East Side days. But remember, because of what we did and how we basically instilled ourselves when it came to East Side High School, basically things was given to us a little bit easier. We wasn't a rowdy type, so he knew us as guys who was into the church, you know, and then guys who wanted to sing, you know. So, you know, basically that's how things came about pertaining to East Side when it came to, you know, at that time the Playboys and then Riff.
Absolutely. So Morgan Freeman's kid, like, was Morgan Freeman spot on when he played Joe Clark?
I would say that definitely he did what he had to do. See, a lot of people, and if I'm talking too much, please, you know, y'all let me know. But a lot of people, these actors, it's just like basketball players and football players. You know, a lot of people don't know these people. They take time out, you know, and they put in hours. Like Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. You know, he used to work out like 18 hours a day. He go in the gym. He go in 6 a.m. He didn't come out until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. So he put that time in. And same thing with these actors and actresses. They come and they get the script and they study it. And, you know, you're getting piles of books and everything, because when you're talking about a contract of like $1 million or $2 million or till $10 million, you tell me, what would you do? So basically they get whatever is needed for them to act out that person, and they study it. And they study it down to, you know, whatever is needed for them to come across very well when it comes to that.
Actually, what Morgan Freeman did, he actually came to the school and followed Mr. Clark around to see exactly how he interacted with the students, as far as the way he, you know, his mannerism, things that he did. You know, he studied them, he watched them. You know what I mean? Shadowed them. Is that that's pretty much what they say. And so he came to school to see exactly what he was all about. So he studied them for about a good month before they actually started shooting. So he definitely got them. The answer to your question is hell yeah, man. He got them dead on, spot on to the T.
Man, I feel like actor. Oh yeah, he's a great actor. He like I feel like if every school had a principal like him, nobody would be slacking off right now.
That's true.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Facts.
So how did and shout out to Toriano. Toriano just stepped in. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
That's his name, Torinio. Look at him.
My bad.
That's all right.
It's all good. It's all love.
My boy out there burning gas. I see you. You out there rolling, man.
Oh yeah. Church on the move. Church on the move.
I feel it. And before we go into
I'd
like to shout out the two members.
What up?
Wilkins and Toriano. Toriano, right? Okay, like shout out to the two new members, man. Y'all are talented. I checked y'all out prior to, man. Y'all are dope, man. Kenny, where you from, brother?
I'm from Jersey. Originally, I'm Southern right now. I'm in the South right now. But any great movie, I'll go back to the Lean on Me. It has a huge impact on the community. As a product of the inner city, having a movie with such impact on that area was certainly a tremendous blessing to have. I don't think my wife was a product of Eastside High, and I married a female from Patterson that knows all of these guys, and she said it wasn't as bad as people may think it was, but the impact that Joe Clark had on the school was tremendous. So any great movie such as Lean on Me and other great movies, if it's going to have an impact, it has to have a level of truth. And Eastside High and all that it went through to become the school that it is right now, it was definitely due to Joe Clark. So shout out and rest in peace to him.
Facts.
Around the same question, man.
Yes.
How does it feel to be in a legendary group like Riff?
Oh man, it's a dream. It's a dream. I got not guys, but I got family. They all family. So we all get on each other. We crack jokes on each other. Like we just having fun. Like we just doing what we're supposed to do and enjoying it. This time around. So I'm loving it.
Absolutely. All right, man. So y'all came up, late '80s, early '90s. Y'all was a quintet. So it's hard, being in a group, 5 members. So how was that, recording process? Everybody want to turn. Some people want to sing lead. Some people, got to stay in the back. So how was that?
Well, actually, I had a different outlook on it. I wasn't, if I got a song to lead, it was cool. But if not, my pay was still the same. So, we really didn't have that. We really didn't have that type of argument because we all knew what we can do. So, it was like at any given time, if it was time for someone to lead and sing, we could do it. So, it wasn't a fact that, I want this or I want to be lead. It's hard work being lead. You want to be lead, go ahead.
I think everybody kind of moves in their own strength. My strengths are different from others. Nitty can die like crazy, so can't nobody really fool that. Smooth in the basement, he do his thing. I'm kind of in the middle, chill in the middle, Twilly or in the middle, so we can kind of finagle anywhere. I got other talents that they might not have. They might have other talents that I might not have. So it's great to have a bunch of guys that know what their skill level is and know where they stand and move in that area, and they perfect it. So it works. Ain't nobody got an ego. We all in at the same level. We trying to do it, trying to make it, trying to do what we love to do. My passion has been music forever. I never had another passion. I was good at football, but football could kick rocks for me. I would rather be on the keyboard if it was just me. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
That's good. A group of five. So everybody bases their group off, 5 heartbeats. Like who was the Flash? Who was the JT? That's why I asked the question. I'm like, who's the Flash of the group? Who was the guy that broke up the group and it was like, I got out
the Flash of the
2
group?
weeks. I'm playing.
No Eddie.
Answer that question.
No Eddie Kane. We don't have no Eddie Kane.
Yeah, no Eddie Kane. Yeah, absolutely.
No Eddie Kane. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, what we do is like some of us, like, not that we're intimidated, but sometimes we can hear somebody else to do the lead. So we'll try to pass it off to that person, and then that person will be like, nah, you need to do that. Don't even try to get slick, or that's the type of group that we are. So you don't have no type of egos that's within a group. Like Kay said, everybody stands strong in their own position and way, for the most part. And that only makes us better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to.
Hollywood.
He said no Hollywood, no Eddie Kane. So hey, there you go. We got no Eddie Kane in the group. That's all that matters.
Want to do it? Cool. We good, B. I'm like smooth. We all gonna cut 5.
We break it up.
He said, repeat that, Ken.
I said, ain't nobody Hollywood. I said, it's all gonna be broke up 5 ways either way. So
that's how we do it. That's right.
Absolutely. So here we are. We heading into the 90s, 1991. Y'all dropped y'all self-titled debut album. So what was the recording process like for that one? Y'all are finally in the studio. Y'all living off the Lean on Me, everything. Everybody knows who you are at this point. So how does it feel to record that first album?
Well, prior to signing the contract, we set out for like a year. After the movie came out. But after that, we flew out to LA. And how long did it take us to do that album, Green?
A week. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. To be exact, 2 weeks.
Working with all them producers and everything, it was a learning experience. We were very excited. We were young, and we were just, ready to do our thing. But to sit back, do it in 2 weeks, and have a video, have a tour with Vanilla Ice ready to go, and a video and a single, like that was very, very exciting and fun.
Things happen so fast.
And our first time on.
Correct. It just happened like the minute we got from recording, they put us right into dance class, because they needed material from us. So we got the material that they needed, and then we went straight into dance class. We worked with great choreographers, and we just put in a lot of hard work straight from that. Like the 3 months of that, we went right into the tour, preparing for the tour, and everything. So everything was like moving real quick for us unexpectedly, because it was like by demand. Like people heard about the group, the Channel 2 News, Channel 5 News, a lot of the news station, they heard about us. So then that made things even more, in demand when it came to the group, like wanting for us to come out. So when they would go to people like El Cool J and Vanilla Ice, and then they would see how things were with us, it was like no hesitation. Yeah, we'll have the guys. And not being, arrogant or anything. A lot of times, even from critics, the people who write about the whole tour, basically, it's sometimes, some days, some news days, to where things would be written up about Riff, like these guys need to be headlined. No disrespect to Vanilla Ice or El Cool J, because they basically gave us a shot at it. But Riff, we was very humble guys, and we never let it go to our head. But the mentality that was given to us was this. The mentality was, this y'all stage. Whenever y'all hit the stage, front and back, you destroy, you kill anybody that comes before you or after you. And that was our mentality from Lazy Legs. I'm sorry about that. Let me turn this off. I do apologize.
Good, bro.
That was our whole mentality when it came to the group. And you know what? We never, even still to this day, we never let it, go out of our head. We have to do what we got to do, and that's just it, I'm sorry. This is very embarrassing, but I do apologize. I'm just watching I Spit on Your Grave Part 2. Good movie. Yeah, very good movie. So I do apologize. It caught me off guard. Put it on pause. But very. Let me tell you, wonderful experience being out there with those guys, and it ain't like it stopped. It went from 1 year to the next year, and I mean ongoing, on tour. Then spot dates with the Boys the Men, Jodeci, and all of them cats, Hop Hop, Color Me Bad, all the great groups. And, that's how things went on. Nitty, if you want to elaborate on that too as well, you can, baby.
Nah, y'all covered it. The process was just like that. We recorded it and we got busy. They had us doing everything. So it was moving at a fast pace, man. That's it. That's pretty much it.
Like it took y'all 2 weeks. Like I know people work, some people work well under pressure. Like did y'all feel like y'all had enough time to work on this album?
You know what? The first album, we were young, man. Like our minds worked quick. You know what I mean? We could take, because we had pretty much our music arranger with us. He was our manager. So we already knew going into the studio what songs we were going to be singing. Like the reason why it took 2 weeks, like a couple other producers wanted us to come in a day before to actually rehearse, and then we'll come back the next day and record. So yeah, it was a fast process. We couldn't believe we was out in LA, and it was fun. It was a bunch of fun, man. We just had fun. The straight up, when we started getting the pictures back, you know what I mean, for the album cover and the credits and stuff, man, like it was like another milestone that we had come to, because we had the movie, and and we we got an album finished, and the first single, man, we all over TV, Arsenio Hall, Soul Train, Jay Leno. It was just a great experience for us, man, at the time. 1991 was major. Like 1989, the movie was awesome. The 1991 I Gave You album, it was cooking, man. It was cooking, man. It was a great experience.
What made y'all go with My Heart Is Failing Me? That's one of the main.
Because it was a dope song. That song was different. Dwayne Jones destroyed the record. We actually didn't like it though.
Damn fool to begin with. He's a damn fool. I met Dwayne a couple weeks ago. It's crazy.
Yeah. He destroyed the record, and he was a professional, man. Like with it. Like I said, he's always has been. You know what I mean? So it was more like, we just, like I said, it was fun to us, like just learning the material, like just learning it. It was like a challenge to us because it was different. We was singing a style of music that we never sang before, because we some country boys, church boys. So to actually sing this type of music that was, pretty much given to us, it was fun. It was just a challenge, man. It was, we had a ball, man. Had a ball.
Yeah. Because that song, again, like Mike was about to say when we first heard it, like as soon as it started playing, we was at our manager house, Skip and Rensselaer. As soon as we heard it, everybody just jumped out the room and was like, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing it. He's like, just sit down and listen. You know what I'm saying? He just listen. Don't listen how it sounds. Listen how you can, how you can sing it. And we listened to it. We put some arrangements to it, and we ended up loving that song.
Hey, Smooth. Let me say this to him. When we went to California to record it, now be mindful, we learned it on a piano. So we didn't have a clue of what the song was actually going to sound like, other than our harmonies and other than Dwayne's lead. But Dwayne was like doing the lead accordingly to how Skip would play the song. Like, here come the teardrops falling again. I'm just singing it low in that measure. But when we got to California, Dennis Lambert, big ups to him, shout outs to him. He laced the music and everything, and he made it funful, lovable, and more so romantic, but like in a young lady type way, you know. Yeah. So he gave it so much joy to it, to where the minute we walked in there, and he was like, "Okay, this is what you guys are going to be singing to." Press play on that Pro 2 system, and we was like, "Wow." So it totally changed our thought process in terms of recording the song, because we all had doubts. So the thought process totally changed to the point where we was like, wow. And when Wayne got to that mic and laid the smack down on that baby, we felt good about it. And the song went heavy on the charge. It went, if I'm not mistaken, it went number 2 or number 3 on the top 100 billboards. You know, and
go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
And gave us life. Same thing with the other joints, the Every Time a Heartbeat and If You're Serious. Go ahead, Nick. You can talk, baby.
I just want to say our influences back in school were New Edition and the Force MDs, right? Heavy. Bobby Brown, you know. So you have to understand, like, the producers knew that. That was the sound during that time while we were recording. You know, My Prerogative was out, you know what I mean? New Edition, If It Isn't Love, and all the other stuff, man. So, you know, growing up in high school and taking all the New Edition and the New Kids on the Block, you know, when you see your peers, like it was a lot of New Edition, Bobby Brown influences on that first project. Correct. Like, really, really listen to it. The producers knew it. Like, they would produce the record. They kind of gave us our style, but we bought that. we brought that Jersey New Edition Boston feel to it, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? But that was pretty much the first album. You know what I mean? But we had different songs that was given to us, like Tipperary Insanity and Don't Stop. No, what was it called? Baby is Wonderful. Baby is Wonderful. Yeah. And then the songs that Skip wrote was different records, like out of the box, man. So that's what made it our thing. But man, listen, like I said, we had a ball, man. We had a ball recording that record, man. Ball.
Hey, Green, let me say something to him. And on top of that, we never knew how strong our energy was pertaining to other people, like other groups. Because on the first album, you would not believe, while we was in LA on tour with L, Michael Bivins, Ronnie DeVoe, and I think it was Ricky Bell, or it was Ricky Bell. Am I correct?
Yeah.
It was Ricky Bell. They came out to the LA arena and they requested to talk to us and see us. And they gave us props, and it made us feel so good. The props they gave it advice, great advice to tell us, you know, stay strong, keep working hard at what you guys are doing. You guys look good, you guys sound good. And most importantly, you guys put us in the mind of our group, No Edition. And you know what that did for us? That made us feel so, so good, because this was one of the groups who we idolized at that time. And for them guys to come out and to give us love like that basically did something for us, to where it's something that we could talk about for the rest of our lives. If we don't do anything else, we could say that these guys from New Edition, who we idolized, came out and they gave us a word.
The stamp. They gave us the stamp.
Yes, the stamp of approval. Correct. Yes.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
That, like that y'all looked up. That was the groups that y'all really like idolized around.
Yes.
So that means a lot.
Yes.
They didn't have to say shit. They just could have just
Correct.
kept going on, and
Yeah.
that means a lot when you meet your idols. Because sometimes they say you shouldn't meet your idols, but in this case, y'all did.
Right.
They came out.
Yep.
Yes.
It
Yes,
was
they
a great
came
time.
out.
So from y'all self-titled debut to your second album, y'all was also on a different label for the second album, correct?
Yeah, it was the same family, but they had went through a switch. So we moved from SBK to EMI, and we ended up recording the second album that we thought it was a good album as well. I think that we could have picked. We had our choice to pick like better producers, but I think we went with I don't know. I just wish we would have picked better producers for that record. Now looking in, like we did a lot of favors. It's funny because we put a lot of cats on. We put a lot of cats on. And today, these can you believe these motherfuckers act like they don't know us? You know what I mean?
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
They act like they don't know us. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got direct contact with these niggas now. You know what I mean? It's like we can go right to Instagram and say what's up to them, and it's like, yo. But let us get that big deal. They're gonna be reaching back out, and they're getting. Listen, I ain't going there, man. I'm chill. I'm a chill.
Right,
Listen, man. I'm speaking actual factuals right now.
Right,
man.
you're right. You're right.
Like we put a lot of cats on, gave them money. I'm talking about bread, like 30,000 a track, my man, like that. You understand what I'm saying? When cats was getting bread, we was giving them bread like that. So these cats came up, and like today, you can barely get them to say peace, man. Yo, I see what y'all doing. Yo, let me throw y'all some joints, man.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? Because y'all nice. Cats looked out for us.
No doubt.
Before. So, whatever. It still don't stop us because we still have bangers right now. We still banging. Yeah. We are one of the one groups that's out right now that's still rocking, that have bangers out right now. And we're going to have more to come the end of this year, man. Look out for it. We're cooking it up right now.
Can't wait.
Self-contained. No doubt. Self-contained producers, songwriters. So we definitely doing our thing. Shout outs to our label, Rough Boy Records, so we have an independent label situation that we doing it, up on, and it's taking a little time because the slow process is making sure that dollars and cents make sense. So, we're gonna do what we got to do, and the fans, we're gonna give shout outs to them too as well for the love and support that you are giving us, right now, and you can look out for the RIFF. Them lean on me boys. So people need to, the people need to be able to extinguish the two together. The lean on me boys, Riff, RIFF. So from here now, I guess we're gonna definitely put that into action to where people could definitely make it make sense, connect the dots. Yeah, true, Green, too. So we definitely got to do that because a lot of the young kids that's coming up today in today's time. They yet to connect the dots with that, but we got to make that happen in order for the sales to go up. So it's moving slowly, but we're gonna make sure that the dots are definitely connected with that. So them lean on me boys, Riff.
Lean on me boys, man. So I wanted to ask about the second album. So what was the change in direction with the second album compared to the first
one? Well, if Smooth, let me just get a little bit. If I could say this. The transition change was that us as guys who came from the hood, came from our neighborhood or whatever, and everything you hear in our time, day and time, in the radio stations at that time was basically playing the groups like the High Fives and the Jodeci's and the Color Me Bads and all Boys to Men. And basically, we sort of, I ain't gonna say we got caught up with the transition, but when that's all you're hearing, you know, on the radio wave, then now you want to more so change your style. And then it gave us an opportunity to also prove ourselves as songwriters and producers. So with that being said, we sort of like went a different route in terms of ourselves. Now the record company had a different approach because once again, we was putting out top 10 hits and we was doing gold, you know, gold records and across seas, #1 with White Man Can't Jump. So we was basically making a lot of power moves, but we kind of thought that, hey, you know what? Here it is, an opportunity because we got the Apollo Theater that we done twice. The first time we done it, we did My Heart Has Failed Me and we did, I think, If You're Serious, which came across well because we sung and we were known as great singers, but we didn't get the standing ovation like we basically thought we would get. So, and only because, you know, you talk about Harlem, New York. So now here it is, a second opportunity with a remix album of Every Time My Heart Beats, which was done by Marley Marl at the time. Went up in the Apollo Theater and wrecked the house. So by us wrecking the house, now here we is, the Eagle then came out, you know, here's an opportunity. We got the crowd, you know, the Afro-American people, we got them on our side now. So we wanted to go in the studio and display a whole different side of talent to show people that we can do those type of records like the Stay and the Kissing Games records. We can display that type of music out there. And we did it, even with one of the songs that's called Baby Is Yours. And then you had a group Shy, which is our brother. Can you set that, please? You had the group Shy, which is our brothers, who came out with a song that's called Baby, I'm Yours. Correct. And now we both groups are putting out the same similar type of records. But what had happened was the record company was still leaning on the fact that we were dealing with top 10 records. You know, we was a renowned group that was basically, we were stars in our own way. And not that we didn't know it, but we didn't see it. And we didn't see how it was about to become even more so bigger. You know what I'm saying? But by Jodeci and the Boys and Men, like I said earlier, what had happened was we kind of fell into the trap of wanting to do our own thing in terms of that type of music and everything. So basically, the transition of the second album went well when it came to the group itself, but the record company just saw a totally different vision. Correct. That's what it came down to.
Well, yeah, actually, I've always, you know, wanted to do R&B. So I mean, the second album was a good album, a great album, and if the label would have pushed or put just an inch behind it, we would have did something. But the record label didn't see that, so instead they just did nothing. You know what I'm saying? But then there was Baby Is Yours and another single, Judy Had a Boyfriend.
Judy Had a Boyfriend. Yeah, I was aggressive on that song, bro.
Right, climbed the charts without any push. So just imagine if they would have put just a little bit of push behind it, it would have been a totally different story. It would have been like, yo, these guys can do this and they can do that. And I think the label at that time just had tunnel vision.
Correct. Correct.
Boyfriend, so what you gonna do? I'm like,
you
I'm
know,
gonna kill him?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? That's one of my favorites, man.
I appreciate that, man. Teddy did his thing on that. And we like Smooth was saying, we just got caught up. Mucho too as well. We got caught up in the crossfire of the label emerging EMI SBK Records. So the emerge was taking place. So you had the urban division. Yeah, we got lost in the division with the pop and then the urban division. And listen, I gotta give them props. Shout outs to the labels because they really believed in us. But a lot of people don't understand our situation as far as Riff making a decision to leave the label. We decided to leave the label because of the push that didn't take place on the second album. And why do we do that? Because we got blackballed from the business for 7 years, 7, 8 years. You know, we got blackballed for the business. So, you know, that's how it went down.
But if it was the
say it again.
I said you pretty much answered my question because I was about to ask. I'm like, why just 2 albums? Like, I was about to go there. And
yeah, man. Let me tell you, and I'll be honest, not that we collected. Well, that's in the book. I don't want to put it out there, but I will say
put it out there, dog.
Okay, I'll put it out there.
My thing is, if we had to do it all over again, I would make the same decision. You know what I'm saying? You mad? I mean, good. But my thing is, dude, is at some point you had to say enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you have people praying with you in a circle and then turning around talking trash behind your back, saying this, that, and the third, but saying, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do the third for you. And then behind your back saying, nah, we ain't going to do this or this, that. Nah, man, it's like at some point you have to say enough is enough. That was my point.
Yeah. So what basically...
As I digress.
I think what Smooth is saying is that some of the guys believed in one part of the dream in terms of R&B, and then some of the other guys basically wanted to still live out the luxury of what we was experiencing during the first album, because we was on a high with the first album, you know. But like I said, since the other groups came out and they was like big in the urban market, they basically did their thing to where that's all we was basically hearing, because that's where we was at the time living, you know, where we were living, and, you know, basically living in the hood, you know, our hometown, Patterson. Not saying that's the hood, but that's our hood. But for the most part, then we sort of got caught up to where majority ruled, and the out 3 outvoted the out 2, and you know what, the other 2, should I say, and we end up going together, you know, and we asked for basically a dismissal from the label, and they basically begged us, you sure you guys want to do this? You sure you want to do this? You sure? And we was like, well, you know, yes, we're going to go ahead and, you know, just trust our faith. And our faith led us to leave the label, but, you know, not knowing that it was going to basically blackball us from the business, because every other label that we decided to go to or try to go with, the, you know, the hope that we would get a deal, basically gave us the thumb down, because what happened was with the name, it basically gave us a red flag to where nobody basically wanted to deal with us at all. They wouldn't, or they would have got sued.
Well, actually, it also started with The White Man Can't Jump. So that was our demise anyway. You know what I'm saying? As far as with what was going down, you know. So, right. I mean, either way, you know, it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because we had lost that market when The White Man Can't Jump situation happened.
Yeah, because they end up putting out Boys to Men. They end up putting out, instead of coming out with the title cut, they end up putting out Boys to Men record.
Right.
You know?
So how are you going, you know?
And we had the
and
title cut.
The crazy part is, right, you don't hear the title cut until the second song at the end of the movie. After the OJ's Can You Come Out and Play? Then you hear White Man Can't Jump, which is the title. So right then and there was telling me right there that we had lost some type of respect, you know.
Because you go with the title track, right?
Yeah, you know, so, you know.
We don't know who that came, you know, we don't know who that came about.
Scratch your head.
Yes. The only thing is we didn't know if it came from Warner Brothers, because I think White Man Can't Jump was done through them. But whoever basically had creative control of the soundtrack album and the movie, they made that choice. The only thing our label was able to do was try to put the bid in to where, yes, they did. The thing about it, and I will say one thing about our label at that time, they was 100% behind us, because you talking about top-notch top-notch actors and actresses. They was a part of our video, from Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, and Rosie Perez. And you know what? They came and they easily made it happen for us to the point where they could have said no. You know what I'm saying? So our label was definitely behind us. So that's one thing I'll do. I'll definitely give shout outs to SBK, EMI Records, you know, Charles Compliment, Donald Rupin, and all of those guys over there, because they did a tremendous job on Riff, and they really, really believed in us. And I really, and I speak on behalf of the group, I thank them. The second, but I think the emerge came with that. The emerge came. I think once that emerge came, I think, yeah, I know we joking, but the emerge, I think, basically turned things a little, you know, sideways, you know. But those presidents and vice presidents over there basically had our back, and they spent millions of dollars, I must say, you know. So, you know, we respect them, and can't forget, you know, the hand that basically gave you a chance, you know. That's it.
Y'all pretty much walked away, like you left the label like pretty much at the height of like when groups were starting to, you know, come together. Like
yes,
around that time.
Yes.
So I know, like I was like, damn, like
yes. And you know what? It ain't that. See, we were young, and it ain't that. I don't say anybody made a bad choice. It was all about trying to, like, dollars and cents, and then trying to become a renowned name in terms of production, songwriting, because you hear about people writing songs and everything. So we wanted to be a part of that legacy too, as well, and that's what it came down to. So everybody wanted that opportunity. Trust me, and we all, from Michael, from my brother Dwayne, from Kenny, from Steve, we always excited about the writing process and being able to have our name on a record to say we actually wrote this record, which was The Baby Is Yours and the Don't Leave song. That was the second album. So we had that opportunity, that chance, you know, as far as to do that.
I hear this story, not to cut you off, Chill. I hear this story a million times, and I always chalk it up as being like it was a lack of maturity, you know, because you don't know what level the record company wanted to take you.
Correct.
And if you went with that way, you don't know if it was going to compromise the culture. So you kind of had to make a decision based on where you were, and Riff chose to go in another direction. It did hurt him, but we just got to chalk it up. You know, we don't own too much of the share in the industry. You know, we're kind of the act. We're kind of the players on the football field. You know what I mean? So
Correct.
You know, as time goes on, you know the powers that be are the coaches. You know, they the owner. They the ones that's spending all the money. And sometimes, in most cases, if you don't follow that direction, you know, they have the power to say thumbs down. You know what I mean? They're gonna give you an opportunity, but if it don't work, they're gonna give you the thumbs down. If it worked, they're gonna say we did a good job. If it didn't work, and it probably maybe didn't work in the way of the Riff, but I mean things happen for a particular reason. So I'm always interested in hearing the stories. I'm a new guy, and I love to hear the history of it because it kind of sheds light on where the industry is now. I mean, the industry now is a lot different. You know, it's really not too many record companies. You know, you have a lot of independent companies that helps and, you know, kind of maneuvers themselves through, but there's not a lot of major record labels. So right now, Riff is the individuals that are really trying to get into the independent market. That's what's going to make us a staple, or much more of a staple in the industry right now. We already legends. I'm going to say we. I'm a part of the group now, so I can.
That's right. That's right, baby. Speak that. Come on.
Yes.
We legends. You know, we had a footprint in the industry. You know what I mean? Before the New Jack Swing, we are a bunch of black guys from Paterson, New Jersey, singing pop and killing it. That's not all the time that you see us in that genre. When we decided to go to the area in the inner city, into the black culture and do our R&B, you know what I mean? Then it was some backlash. So you got to kind of see, you know, how it kind of works, and you'll be like, okay, I see. how it goes down. But we in control of all of that now. So can't nobody tell us we can't do pop. Can't nobody tell us we can't do R&B. Can't nobody tell us we can't do gospel. Can't nobody tell us we can't do country. Can't nobody tell us we can't do jazz, reggae, whatever it is. I think us 5 individuals, are in charge of making and putting us in another level to make us kind of let the world see us and who we are. We legends, period. Case closed. We legends.
Can't take it away. Can't.
Case closed.
I don't know. I said this to somebody earlier. You can't say too many groups with 5 individuals have had a shot at having a hit movie. Like no group. I don't remember a group in the 80s or the 90s that had a shot at being, Lean On Me boys. Like we known for singing in the bathroom in a movie, in a major hit movie. Y'all gotta help me out. Y'all gotta tell me who.
You can't really go to any hood though. That's the one thing we got. You can't go to any hood and strike it up without cats not joining in. They're gonna join in and sing the record.
Or they're gonna start it off and make you join.
Overseas, in foreign countries, everybody knows Lean On Me. Everybody knows Riff.
Fair East Side.
In the bathroom, sing the song. And I know you hear a lot of people fuck that song up too. They come up and try to sing it. You're like, don't sing, please. Don't do that.
Facts, baby.
Yeah.
I just wanted to drop that. Just drop that. So
good sounds, man.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this so that we can, in that chapter, we actually had a chance to go to the other side. Like we were sat down. I'd say the Illuminati. Like we were sat down, and we had everything placed before us. They was gonna give us $1 million up front while we record the 3rd album. They was gonna stick us in the studio with the biggest producer in the pop game, David Foster. We even went in, cut a song with him. He loved us and gave us the stamp, like, yes, I want to do their whole album. They was gonna give us an R&B guy by the name of D'Angelo, who had just came out and was naked in a video, right? That was signed to EMI at the time and was blowing. They was gonna get him to do a black song for us or 2. You understand what I'm saying? But they was looking to take us over, and we declined. We was like, nah, we all right, man. You know what I mean? And looking back, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't all the way clear because a lot of stuff had went on. We had put all our blood, sweat, and tears into this one record, our album, and we just felt, not knowing that the music business was shifting, and they already had it planned. Listen, you guys could be bigger than Boys II Men and Jodeci. Just let us do it the way we want to do it. And we wasn't trying to hear it, man, at the time. So we're gonna leave that the way it is.
We're gonna leave that for Unsung, Green.
Yeah. We're
wasn't willing to sell your soul. Just say that. He wasn't. You
know what? We wasn't. Listen. We didn't see it as the Illuminati at that time. Explaining it like the way it came out, they gave us a choice. They basically said, listen, we're going to take y'all number 1. I promise you, we got y'all. If we don't, check this out. They was like, if we don't, we would take ourselves out of the business. We are sure that we could take Riff to number 1.
Ain't nobody making no bet like that unless they sure.
Unless they sure.
Exactly.
Sure. They sure.
So and we was
sure. We was already there. Like we was the first album. Like, oh my Jesus.
So
okay.
89, bro.
Yo, I want to know where Tornado is going.
He on some Puff
Yo,
Daddy
he
shit
been
right
in the
now.
car for a long time, right?
He on some Puff Daddy shit right now. I'm thinking Biggie about to get in the car with him.
He said,
No. Peridio is getting ready to go do a gig, man. That shirt is fire.
Hey. Now we know who the Flash is of the group.
Yeah, that shirt is fire.
That's him.
That shirt is fire, son. I'm like, yo, Peridio is getting ready to go do a show, nigga. Where you going?
Jersey, man.
Bro, yo, he got out the car, strolled around the parking lot, got back in the car, and went.
That's crazy, man.
Peridio.
Hey.
Where the gig at, man? Where is the gig, nigga? Tell me now.
Hey, I'm trying to get the haircut, man. I need a haircut right now.
Where is the show at, bro? You got a show right now.
He looked piped out to me. I don't know.
You look sweet, son. You look straight. You look like you. Yo,
This
you
came
look
from the
like
barbershop.
you finna go to the show.
My boy beard connected and everything. Got on the dog. Boy, like he gone, man. He gone.
Oh, my
Hey.
God.
Y'all crazy.
That's my
I'm
man.
chilling. I'm chilling.
All
Trying to get
right.
this haircut, man. I gotta look fresh for this weekend. Hey, we got a big show.
Yeah,
We need
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
to come out. So, yeah,
It's
I'm trying
coming
to get
down,
ready.
baby.
Yeah.
No doubt, baby.
What y'all got this weekend?
Well, we're actually doing some recording, a live recording. You know, we trying to we're doing our electronic press kit for these promoters, and then we're doing a live recording that, you know, we can release things out the social media and stuff like that. So we bringing it, man.
I'm seeing a lot of businesses. They're bringing the 90s back. They're bringing like the 80s and 90s back, and like all these 90s back to the 90s tour and all this stuff. And I'm wondering, why are they leaving? Like why is that?
You know what? I can't understand.
Because the music is terrible. I'm sorry. The new music is terrible. You don't even understand what they're saying now. You put the bouncing ball and go.
You're right though. You're right.
Nah,
You know what it is?
Hey,
Nah,
where's
think
rap
it's the-
went? It went from hardcore rap to I'm mumble rap. I don't even know what the heck going on now.
yo,
I think the 90s music has made such an impact on the world. I think it's due time. It's been time for the love of music. And I'm not talking about the trap and all of that. I mean, they got to work with in their era. So the young kids, I get it, I understand. But if you notice, there's a lot of recycled music coming out right now. A lot of everybody's going back to the music that made a huge impact in the world. So they did all of that already. So I think R&B is gonna come back. I have no doubt that that R&B ain't never went nowhere. It was just dumbed down because again we got powers that be that want to see another element in the world. They want to see the foolishness. They want to see that. They don't want to see love come back. They don't want to see men really loving women and all of that. They don't want to see the foolishness. They want to see all of that.
Preach.
You got to be conscious of how this world is working. And I ain't no conspiracy theorist or nothing, but it does exist. You know what I mean? That element is there just to cause confusion. R&B, that's the essence of music. Since the blues, since all of that, since the James Browns and all of the cats back there that was putting it down for real, Riff is from a different breed. Trust me, you will hear Riff in conversations.
Right. And being that you said that.
Cats don't wanna admit it, but they will. They ain't gonna have no choice because we're gonna flood the market so much. They're gonna be like, "Yo, where is these cats doing all of this at? Like, how can they do this?"
Correct.
We're gonna get it.
Correct.
We're gonna get it.
Right.
We got talent just like everybody else. Huge.
You
Like
know,
I seen rafters. We gonna kill it. I mean,
Yeah.
chill
Oh.
runs to death. Smooth sings the bottom out the joint, my man. So we gonna tear it down. We gonna tear it
yo,
down.
I tell you this. The promoters are going with what they know, but people are getting tired of seeing the same thing. So I want to say, coming out of this pandemic, it don't matter what they throwing together right now. You know what I mean? People gonna come out and go see it right away because pandemic shut us down for a year, and promoters want to make some money so they can continue to throw hot shows. So they'll get the ones that they've been working with put together because they know people gonna run to see it. In a minute, people gonna be asking for the new stuff. Listen, we want to see more of the groups like the Rude Boys, Men at Large, Tracy Spencer, Big Bub, like today. They want to see more
Riff.
Troop. They want to see Riff. They want to see High Five. They want to see a lot of the groups that they haven't seen, man. They want to see Profile. They want to see all these other groups, man, that they're not seeing. So it's going to come to pass. I just want to make sure that they ready, because when we come, we bringing it, man. Like what Chill was saying, like you got to put time into your show, and because we like to entertain, and we come from a school where we saw the 80s. That's what they did. Michael Jackson and Hall & Oates and Force MDs and everybody in the 80s performed. That's our school. So when we came out in 1991, we watched New Edition, the Force MDs, New Kids on the Block. They all performed. So true. So now we still have that flame to the 20th power, man. Being on the road, like performing in arenas first and hearing the screams. That's what we used to hearing. So we ain't getting that. Like we used to go in these clubs and perform like we were in arenas, man. And Cass would be like, "Yo, what are we looking at right now? We have so much energy." It's like, it was just ridiculous, man, ridiculous. So you will see us on those shows. You will see us on those shows coming. If not, we're gonna be in those cities doing our own tour. So that's just the way it's going.
Wow, Wembley Arena, places like that. We was on a big stage. Wow, amazing. So it's gonna come to pass. We just gonna continue to put in our work and just remain humble as we are, and just on God's time, it's gonna happen. That's it.
There you go.
Like y'all said, like it's rare that we see a group, like we don't see groups like that no more at all.
Nope.
Like, so I don't know what the problem, like what happened. I don't know if niggas can get along. I don't know like what's happening with it. Like, are groups gonna come back? Do you think groups will come back?
Oh yeah, it's definitely coming back, because like Nitty and Kenny said, people are getting tired of it. You know what I'm saying? They're getting tired of not understanding what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? We're all saying, like, we're all preaching unity and all this, so it's time. So, when you think unity, you think 90s music. Like, I mean, come on. I mean, the good music, come on, 90s and below. Like but somewhere between 91 and now, we got lost.
Yeah.
2000 and on, we got
Here we go.
Good.
Here we go. Look.
Here we go.
You got the venue?
I'm in the car.
You got the venue?
Hey, hold on, wait. Did you? Hold on, wait. Wait a minute, wait. Did y'all see the glow though? Did you see the glow? Video.
Arrived at the venue, man.
This why I love. Hey, that's why I love my brothers.
No, please. Terenio.
I'm Terenio coming at you. Pow pow.
Hey, I never seen the barbershop with valet. Get out the car. You got a show.
That's it.
Terenio just got the car, and I swear, you see the glow. It was like the glow was around him, man. That's what's up, baby.
The last
it's
dragon,
100.
baby.
Now, baby.
Y'all are hilarious.
Oh,
It's
That's
an
my
honor to have
man.
y'all on here. So I know y'all are working on new music. I listened
Oh, yeah.
to a couple of y'all new tracks. One of them is called Relax. I love that one. That's a dope ass record. Like it gives me like nostalgic feel and the harmonizing. Like ain't no auto tune or none of that. Like I hear straight vocals and I love it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
I mean,
Thank you. We really appreciate
You're
that,
my
man.
inspiration, and also another one that that they sent me. I love that too, man. I loved it. So I
Thank
see y'all
you.
bringing back the traditional nitty gritty, like harmonizing that we miss.
Hey, man, you know what, man? We're going to always keep it riff when it comes to any song that we sing. We got to put the riff flavor onto it, man. Relax was more of like I want to say it was like a quartet gospel track feel, but we still brought that love through a message type record, telling the girl to relax. I got you. I'm gonna take care of you. You understand what I'm saying? It was a fun track, and we just added that riff harmony to it, man. And we took a different approach on the lead, something different that we've never done before. But it was fun, man. We like to keep it fun. It was different for us, but it felt good. And we're gonna have more records like that, man. We have a lot of great material, man. You know, it's funny, man. A lot of cats is working on music, so we're not the only ones that's in the kitchen. But like, we're gonna stand up because we understand what music is and how music is going and how we can continue to stand and stick out. You know what I mean? So look out for it, man, because we're definitely in the kitchen. And we also gonna throw out records individually. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been doing some, you know what I mean? Kenny's been doing some, Anthony's working on something, Steven's working on something, Terrenio's working on something. So we're just gonna flood the market, like what Kenny was saying. We're gonna flood the market, man, and just continue to put the riff sound on the riff sound, and we're gonna do individual records as well, man. We're just gonna keep it going.
Keep it going. That's right.
Hell yeah. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I know Terrenio got a show, so we're gonna definitely we gonna definitely show y'all love. Where can we follow all y'all on social media? We're gonna start with Smoothie. Where can we follow y'all?
Yeah, you can follow us at Riff Sounds, Riff Sounds Family at I'm getting a blank here. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, and you can also get our You're the Inspiration off of all the digital downloads.
Subscribe to video, you Relax, and You're My Inspiration, which is the single right now. Subscribe, please. Subscribe. Keep hitting it.
Yeah. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe to our page, man. And just, you know, if you're looking for great content, we got it. Go check it out, man. And stream the music. Unfortunately, that's the new thing. Cats is streaming. So, you know what, man? I'm just going, not mine. But streaming is where it is right now, y'all. So check it out. Put us on your playlist. We're looking for that.
Put us in your hearts. Ladies, go get our new single. Fellas, follow the ladies. We want to see all y'all.
Yeah, pow, pow, baby. Pow, pow, pow.
All right.
You see who the smooth one in the group, right?
Hey, I can tell Terrenio, he Mike from Boys to Men. He come out with the cane to slow talk people. Baby, it's me.
That's him, baby. It's me. Radio, baby. Pow, pow, baby.
Y'all are fools, man. Hey, we definitely, we're gonna follow you on social media. We're gonna do all the above, man. Thank y'all for doing my podcast. I appreciate y'all. And definitely, We gotta do a part two. You know, the story goes on. We gotta do a part two because we gotta talk about the division and everything. We gotta talk about all that too. So I want y'all.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. And this has been Marlon Ballard with the Love to Laugh podcast. I'm joined by legendary R&B Riff, man. Be on the lookout for them. They are coming back with a vengeance.
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead, bro.
I'd like to send a shout out to Kick Up Your Heels Entertainment, Katrina.
Thank you for this interview,
man. Like, yo, we really appreciate everything you do for us, man. Thank you so much.
No doubt. And that's coming from Riff, the Lean On Me boys.
Lean On Me boys. God damn them boys.
That's right. No doubt.
That boy good.
Like I said, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all this that y'all done for the show, and we laugh, we talk history, and we will see y'all out there on the road, guaranteed.
Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Be easy.
All right.
All right.